Hey everyone, welcome back to the Intelligent Conversations podcast. Today I have the honor to learn from Conor Kelly. Conor is a real estate agent and has been a plumber for 9+ years. Conor focuses on elevating his personal brand, self-improving, and growing his social media. He has done 57 deals in his first year alone, which is nuts, and he's never looked back. So Conor, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate you taking the time to come on the show, but I'm curious. What got you down the path towards real estate? Because I just find that fascinating. What got you down there?
Yeah, bro. Thanks for having me on, man. I mean, for me, it was like, as a plumber, I was making decent money. It was like 110 grand a year. I didn't pay for any of my own gas. So it was a good job. Don't get me wrong. But I just started kind of being like, I didn't like the job, to be honest with you. I wasn't passionate about it, whatever. And so I started kind of looking into other ways to, make money to eventually get out of that job, retire, go do something I actually want to do, or at least retire from that job. And I stumbled across like real estate investing. So I bought my first property, I bought my second property, I bought my third property. And then I realized, I was like, dude, I need like 15 to 20 of these to get out of this job. And that's going to take like 15 years. And I hate what I'm doing right now. And I'm not going to wait 15 years to be able to get out of this job. So I naturally, like all the content that I was consuming to learn about buying and investing in real estate, all the people that were, feeding me that content were also realtors for some reason. I don't know why, but it just seemed like everyone I listened to was a realtor. So I was like, well, that seems like the natural progression is like, if I want to be a real estate investor full time, maybe I should just start in real estate as a realtor because you see the deals firsthand, you know a lot about the industry, whatever. And then that's when I kind of made that transition into becoming a real estate agent. But the initial passion was real estate investing.
That's cool. I think that's so cool. And I think it's cool that you also decided once you did find real estate investing and you're like, hey, this is going to take a while, that you're like, you know what, I like doing this. Let's just jump into the industry anyway and learn as much as I can about it.
Exactly.
And I think that's important regardless of anything you do, is to just jump into it, and you're going to mess up along the way, but
exactly. Right. I mean, I always say like when I got into real estate, I went in full time. Like I quit my job, no income, no connections, no nothing. I just jumped into real estate full time. And that's the way you have to do it because humans rarely perform unless it's out of necessity, which basically means you're not going to do anything unless you absolutely have to do it. Right. That's why everybody's homework got done the night before it was due. Right. So it's like that's my biggest thing. People are like, oh, like, should I get into real estate part-time or should I go full-time? Like if you do this part-time, you're realistically not going to do shit. That's just the reality of it. You have to cut ties with that other job to put your back against the wall to make stuff happen. Right.
So I'm kind of curious about this because I mean, we're pretty similar in age, I would guess. And there is that time where I'm still trying to like figure out what is I even like to begin with, or maybe other people as well. How do you kind of, I guess, find that passion, find that thing that you love doing?
That's a really good question, man. I think I was lucky enough to be passionate about it. I think for a lot of people, they struggle, like, what's my passion? What's my passion? But I think as well, people don't actually do stuff long enough to become passionate in doing it, right? So obviously, when you start doing anything and you suck at it in the beginning, it's not going to be very fun, right? But after you've been doing it and you actually start becoming good at it and you start building skill in whatever that is, suddenly you start enjoying it because you're good at it. Now you're like somewhat passionate about it because you're good at doing that thing. So for some people, you may not even know what your passion is, but you haven't done enough volume in something to get good enough at it to actually find passion within that industry, right? So, I mean, I was lucky enough to find real estate investing and be like, yo, I love this right off the hop. I don't think that happens for everybody. You know what I mean?
So how did you, I mean, you mentioned the content, you kind of stumbled upon that, but then how did you make that jump? Because I mean, just quitting your job out of the blue, just for most people, that seems pretty nerve-wracking, especially you were making great money as a plumber.
Yeah. For me, I didn't I didn't see that I had any other option. It's going to sound like morbid and dark or whatever, but I would rather be dead than do what I was doing for the next 30 years. That was the reality. It just came down to that. I was like, hey, do I want to do this for 20 or 30 more years, or would I rather just die right now? And I was like, you know what? I think I'd rather just die right now. So if that's the case, then I have nothing to lose. Like, I literally have nothing to lose, right? I might as well just go do what I actually want to do right now, because it's not going to, the end result, the worst case scenario isn't going to be worse than what I'm doing right now. And that's the way that I saw it. And I don't think people actually recognize how bad their scenario actually is, right? Like, if you forecast out what you're currently doing right now, what does your life look like 20 years from now? Because life basically, if you're not growing, you're dying. If you stay stagnant, life only gets harder, bills only grow, inflation only gets worse. Your lifestyle will actually start to decline, right? So it's a lot of people don't actually think far enough ahead to be like, hey, what does my situation look like in 20 years? Oh, it doesn't look very good. Maybe I should start making that change right now. Right.
I agree. And especially, I think that must just be like an entrepreneurial mind type thing. It's like, no, you do not get it. I am willing to just give up everything to make this happen. Like this dream that I have in my mind. And yeah, no, I relate with that so well. And it's hard to help. I don't know what to call them, but like, especially like your loved ones understand, like, no, seriously, like I care about you, but this idea that I have in my head that I want to do, like, I gotta do this.
Yeah.
And if I don't, I'm going to be miserable to be around. I'm going to feel like a failure. Just all these bad stuff. And I just got to do it.
Well, what's the point? Like, you get to live life once. Why are you going to live it miserable the entire time? For what? For money? You're getting money to be happy, right? But if you're miserable while getting the money, then what's the point of even having the money, right? If it makes you miserable, exactly. Right? So for me, it was worth everything to go and chase something I actually want to do if it was going to make me happy. So like you said, like people are like, oh, well, what if you don't make money? And what if you, like, dude, you don't understand. Like, I will literally liquidate every fucking thing that I own until my net worth is negative 80 grand before I give up on this, right? Like, it is worth everything to me, right? So
I agree. And that's what it takes to be exceptional at whatever it is you do.
You got to be all in.
Yeah, you got to go all in, and you got to take that risk. And it's something I kind of realized even just as I'm growing and stuff is I realized that sometimes just hitting that button to start a website or hitting that button to buy like a PCB board or whatever it may be, just actually taking the action stored or investing some money into it makes you realize, like, okay, no, this is legit. Like, you need to actually put some work forward to 100% make anything happen.
Yeah, there has to be a sacrifice.
Exactly. You have to give something up in order to gain anything.
Exactly.
It's just life.
Yeah.
So I'm curious about this then is, how did you do 57 deals in 1 year? Like, that's no walk in the park. How'd you do that?
Yeah, I mean, that was never part of the plan. Like, I mean, my goal for year one was to do about 8 deals. Like, I thought I'd be happy if I do 8 deals. Most real estate agents will do anywhere from like 3 to 6 deals in their first year, I think is like the average, right? And even right now, 60% of realtors haven't done a deal yet in 2023. It's a pretty tough market right now. But basically what had happened was I started doing social media like a month into having my license. And I figured, you know what, I'm going to do this TikTok thing. Gary Vee has been talking about it since it was called Musical.ly. He harps on and on about the reach on that platform. You need to be on there. You need to be on there. You need to be on there. So I'm like, all right, let's listen to this Gary Vee guy and try out this platform. So the second video I made was one about an investment property that I own. And I just went nuts. It got like 150,000 views. And I didn't even think that was going to like get me business. I was just like, well, that's quite a few people watching my content. I should probably just keep doing this and see what happens. And then a month in, I shot a video of this pre-sale center, and I ended up selling 4 units in an afternoon in that pre-sale. It's like a pre-construction, like you can buy it before they're actually built kind of thing. And I sold 4 in there, and that was like basically 4 or 5 months of plumbing income right there. And at that point, I was like, all right, so this social media stuff works. I'm going to double down on this. upped the volume of my content, started posting on more platforms, blah, blah, blah. And then the phone just started ringing every day off of social media. And then that was basically 57 deals at the end of that first year, just solely off of social media. So
That's crazy.
yeah.
Like that is, I mean, especially where you mentioned the 5 to 6 deals is the average. I mean, 57, that's exceptional.
It was not in the plan, brother. And like, I always tell agents, like, TikTok is still the number one right now in terms of reach, even for yourself, brother, like posting these on TikTok or whatever. The reach on there is still nuts. It's still insanity. Like I get a million views every 28 days. I only have 30,000 followers. So the views to follower ratio is pretty damn good on that platform, I would say. And the thing about it, like if you're a realtor, local business, whatever, the way that algorithm works is it actually pushes out your content based on your IP address. So it's going to show it to everybody in your local market first before it starts bumping it out, out of state, internationally, whatever, which is perfect for local businesses because everybody in your local market sees it first, right? So it worked out really well.
I didn't know that. What are your thoughts then on, I mean, this is kind of a bit of a tangent, but those companies kind of having that, because that's pretty private data.
I mean, I personally don't care. I think they know everything about me anyways. I get it. I get the concern, but I also think it's a conspiracy. I think Mark Zuckerberg is worried about TikTok, so he's conspiring all the politicians and whatever to make this huge China thing that basically gets it banned because he can't actually compete with it. Is kind of what I've heard, and that makes sense to me because if you can't beat him, then what realistically are your options? He tried to do the Reels thing, didn't work out very well. He tried it on Facebook, didn't work out very well. Like I post on Instagram, my Reels get 2,000 views, the reach dies, and I have people from frickin' Brazil liking my Reels. That doesn't happen on TikTok, right? Like TikTok, the algorithm knows who to show your video to. It's such a smart algorithm. So it might sound stupid. I don't know. Like I don't really have a strong opinion on it, but I feel like Mark Zuckerberg would do some shit like that. So,
This is open. That is an interesting thought, though. Too. I mean, I'm in the same boat. It's like honestly, they already know so much about us. Why bother fighting?
Think about this: China doesn't have to create a multi-billion-dollar app to get our data. They can just buy it. They can literally buy it. Like there's thousands of companies that sell it. They can buy it and they have unlimited money. They'll just print money to buy it if they want to, right? Like, why do they need to develop an app that is also better than Instagram? Like, I don't know. Just, who knows? I could be wrong.
That's an interesting thing. I think it would be a little bit more complex than that, than just simply printing money. I think the U.S. wouldn't be.
It's definitely more complex than that. I'm just whatever. I'm sensationalizing my opinion, so whatever, right? But I honestly don't have a strong opinion on it. It's like if somebody wants to come on this and be like, "Oh, you're wrong. You're an idiot," I'd be like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, but I think that's cool though that you leveraged TikTok to grow your business. And I mean, I didn't know that much about algorithm that it appeals to local, like your area first, and then it goes beyond that. So have you then looked at going beyond just kind of your local area, or are you kind of sitting in your area?
Yeah, so I'm using like YouTube and Instagram for that. I think YouTube is probably the best for that because people are going to find your content. Like the thing is, if I make content about Vancouver real estate on Instagram, it's probably not going to show it to people outside of Vancouver because why would you care about Vancouver real estate if you lived in like, I don't know, Missouri or something like that, right? But if I'm on YouTube and you're in Missouri and you actually care about Vancouver real estate, you're going to search it into YouTube, right? So I feel like YouTube it's a long game. It's really, really tough. The learning curve is absolutely awful. But YouTube is probably the best platform long-term to grow an audience worldwide on, I would say. Whereas TikTok is just, it's really tough to, once you get to a certain point and you're very niche, to grow out of that niche. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know what you mean. And especially YouTube. I love that you pointed that out. That it's very, very much a long game.
Yeah, definitely.
And it takes time to grow that. But And I mean, I want to hear what you have to say too, but I know I experienced a lot of learning curves with YouTube. What were some of the learning curves you encountered?
Oh, bro, like the amount of times I've shot a video where the frickin' microphone wasn't turned on, or like I was like sitting sideways in the camera, and just not understanding titles and thumbnails and not understanding hooks and structure to the video. And I would shoot a lot of videos on stuff that I thought was really, really good information. But the problem is, if nobody's searching for it, then nobody's going to hear the information, right? So you have to make videos that are, unfortunately, you have to make videos that are things that people are searching for. You can't necessarily just make content that you want to make on YouTube. You have to actually find out, like, is there demand for the video that I'm making? And, I made a lot of videos about stuff that I thought was awesome, that was super good information, but they got like 10 views because nobody's looking for them, right? So...
Exactly.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And yeah. And that was I mean, I'm sure you did a bunch of research as well on YouTube, especially when that first video comes in, you're like, oh, dang, that didn't perform.
Yeah.
Like how I wanted to. But I remember, I mean, you're probably familiar with Mr. Beast, greatest YouTuber of all time. And
yes,
even his first video got like 20,000 views. And I'm like, oh, well,
that's crazy.
I was nowhere close to that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I still haven't hit that to this day. Like, I think my best video is like 4,000 or something like that. But
that's still really good.
Yeah, like I'm pretty proud of that, to be honest with you. Like if I shoot a video and it gets like 400 views, I'm like, yeah, that's a pretty good video. 400 people watch that video. I'm pretty proud of that. But on TikTok, if I get like 20,000, I'm like, an all right video, right? But YouTube is just a completely different beast, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, there's a lot more people too.
Yeah.
There, like a lot more people consuming it. So you do I'm kind of curious then, what's your thoughts on the shorts? Are they competitive with TikTok or no?
That's a good question. I don't think so. I don't think they are competitive with TikTok. I think when it comes to short form content, nobody even comes close to TikTok's algorithm. I just find the way that YouTube's algorithm, I don't really know. I feel like it's like, it's weird. They test your video. Like I'll have shorts that go to like 2,000 views. They just die. They'll go to 2,000 in like 30 minutes and then just die. It's really weird. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing on Instagram. I'll have reels that just go to 3K and they just die right there. It's almost like they're limiting your reach for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know why they do that. They could be testing something, rolling out something. I'm not really sure, but there's definitely, they're not letting you get the full benefit of the algorithm yet for whatever reason. I'm not too sure why, but it's weird. It's like you just showed it to 2,500 people in 30 minutes. Why didn't you just keep showing it to people? I don't understand. Like,
yeah, so. I think it also could be again with your point with demand. I think it has something to do with likes and comments, like the number of likes and the number of comments that you get on a video. And if those are low and you get like 2,500, then it's not going to perform that well. But if you get high count, like high ratio, then you'll find out that, oh, this was actually pretty good. So, I mean, this is kind of like, I guess, the technical aspect of it. But I think also on the flip side, the more important part is just make good stuff. Like make good content.
Always make good content. Yeah, like I don't want to make it sound like I'm just like blaming the algorithm. Oh, the algorithm's crap. The algorithm's crap. Like, yeah, definitely my content should be better. And that's definitely could be the reason. But I've just found like I post a lot of videos. Like in the last 2 years, I've probably posted about 3,000 videos. And I can tell you that there's something definitely different between those three short form platforms. Like, it's just weird. Like, so, okay, for an example, right? I'll post 10 videos on YouTube Shorts. Maybe 8 of them get 150, 200, 300, 400 views. They die. And then one of them will run up to 2,500 in 30 minutes, and then it dies. Well, if it was good enough to get to 2,500, why did it just die right there? Right? It just doesn't make sense. It's just weird. It's like they're testing it to the audience. And then they're just like, even on TikTok, if I shoot a bad video and it only gets 2,500 views, it'll still at least continue to slowly get views. It doesn't just like die and then it's dead forever. Right? It's just like,
that's fair. That's fair.
Right? It's weird.
It's almost like they favor like recency. like how
They
recent
do.
the video is.
Yeah,
Would be
I
my
think
guess.
so. And you could be right. It could just come down to that there's more competition and the content just needs to be better on that platform. I haven't fully figured it out yet, but what I can say is when it comes to short form, TikTok is definitely the king for sure.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that much about TikTok, so
Yeah.
which is crazy. I mean, I it took me a while to actually get on it because I don't know. I just saw people's attention spans just get shot when my friends. I don't know how long was that ago. It was a while back, but I remember a couple of my friends got it. They're like, "Oh, dude, you got to get this app." And I'm like, "Oh no, it's doesn't look that great." And then I see people at school like wasting time on it. I'm like, I don't know if this is the best use of my time. Then I finally got it, and I see why it's addicting. It really is.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you just keep swiping and swiping.
Believe me, I didn't want to get TikTok either. I was like, this is a garbage dancing 17-year-old, whatever. But from a business standpoint, it just made sense. From an attention standpoint, I was like, yeah, it makes sense. Everything's based on supply and demand, right? Even when it comes to attention and posting on social media apps, the reason why it's so easy to get your content shown on other people's feeds on TikTok is because you're competing with less creators, right? So it's the same. There's a higher demand for content on TikTok and less supply of it. So it's a lot easier for your stuff to get shown. Whereas on YouTube, you're competing with, millions of established influencers. Same thing on Instagram, millions of established influencers. So from a business standpoint, TikTok made a lot of sense. And the reason why it's so addicting, like you said, and why it's such a big time suck is because they figured out the algorithm, right? Their algorithm is so smart. It knows exactly what you want to see. It's very hard to get off of that app once you start watching and blah, blah, blah. It's not like YouTube where you actually have to go and kind of search for what you want. Like sometimes I'll be on YouTube and I'm scrolling through like 2 pages of videos before I find a video I want to click on. Right? TikTok is like, boom, that's a good video. That's a good video. That's a good video. Like every video is like something I want to see. Right? So it's, they got it figured out on their algorithm. They don't waste any time on that app.
Exactly. No, that's a fair point too, where, I mean, if you get the stuff that you want, the content you want immediately, then odds are you'll waste less time because you're not spending all that time trying to find what it is you want.
Potentially. Yeah. Or it could go the other way too, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I hear you. Yeah. Right. There's those sessions where you scroll and then you look up, you're like, whoa, that's 30 minutes gone.
Yeah. And even I do it too, right? Like even every morning I'll be like, oh my God, it's only been like 15 minutes I've been doing this for. So
yeah, it's designed, like you said, it's a design to keep you on the app, and they do a better job at it. So, and this, I'm kind of curious, do you kind of then structure your content differently on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok? Do you, like, is it, I'm trying to think
I do.
I'm getting at. So, like, YouTube, I would say is more kind of that educational, like if someone's, maybe that's just what I do when I go on YouTube, but when I want to learn something or when I just want to know more about something in depth, then I go onto YouTube. Whereas I guess, TikTok and Instagram is more, I just want to waste time or see what friends are doing, but also get that little short bits of information that is useful. I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely curate the content for sure. Instagram, I have more edited videos with subtitles and blah, blah, blah. But it's basically the same stuff that I post on TikTok. But, so TikTok, I'll shoot a raw video, just like with my phone, no mic, no lighting, no nothing. And then I might shoot that exact same video, but edited with subtitles, lighting, good camera. That goes on Instagram. And then what I do, I kind of do it backwards. Like everyone will shoot a YouTube video, and then from that YouTube video, they'll pull like 5 short form videos. I will take a short form video and I'll turn it into a long form video. So that's kind of what I do. It's kind of a backwards process. I'm not saying it's the best way to do it, but that's what works for me, right? So I shoot a video on TikTok. If it does really well, if it gets, 10,000, 20, 30,000 views, whatever, I'll expand that topic in a long form YouTube video.
That is a good approach though. Now thinking about it, because right, that short form kind of gives you that exposure to various.
Yeah. It's almost a test. It tells you what the people want to see, right? So, I get to test all these different topics, and then based on whatever one performs the best, now I know like, hey, this is something people actually care about. I'll shoot a long form video on it.
Exactly. And then dive in more detail and kind of those fine
Exactly.
details. And that's for the people that are like obsessed with that. And
yeah,
really
YouTube is a much more analytical customer base, right? So TikTok's more emotional, and then YouTube is more analytical, right? So two different customer bases for sure.
I agree. Yeah, that's so cool. I mean, how did you, I guess, dive in? I mean, you shot that one video and it went viral, but how did you dive into all this and just learn all this stuff about social media?
You just got to do it, man. It's volume. Done is better than perfect. Like, I've shot so many videos. I've made so many mistakes. I've shot so many shit videos that I've figured out what not to do slowly over time and what to do. So as an example, like people don't do enough volume to actually start the feedback loop to figure out what they're doing wrong, to troubleshoot it, fix it, and improve, right? They think that, oh, I'll just start shooting one video a week. Well, in a year, you're going to have 52 videos. I've shot like 2,000 this year, right? That's not enough volume to actually build the skill and, figure out what you're doing wrong, right? So as an example, when I started YouTube, they were like, oh, it's going to take like 3 years to build a following and 3 years to do this and 3 years to blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right, well, how many videos do normal YouTubers shoot in 3 years? Oh, they shoot 52 videos a year. So they shoot 150 videos. I'm like, okay, so if I shoot a video every single day, right? That means in like 4.5 months, I'm going to have 3 years worth of YouTube videos on my channel. So that's basically what I did. So I didn't actually do it for 4.5 months, but I shot a YouTube video a day for basically like 60 something days. And I had shot, more than an entire year's worth of YouTube content in that 60 days, figured out everything that I did wrong, like shooting the video with no audio turned on and editing stuff wrong and all that. I figured all that stuff out right off the bat so I could start shooting good videos faster. I didn't waste a year making those mistakes. I just got it all out of the way. And this is the problem, is people are worried about making the mistakes. They're worried about looking stupid. You're going to look stupid. You're going to make mistakes. That's the reality of it. Just the quicker you get those videos that make you look dumb out of the way, the quicker you can get to the ones that make you look dope. Right?
No, I hear you. And yeah, so this is a question then that would come up. You kind of mentioned those videos that maybe don't perform as well. Oftentimes on those videos, you might get either no views, or if it does get views, then people are pretty critical of what it is you said, or what it is, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
And my question is how do you deal with, I guess, just that type of stuff, haters?
Well, you have to, right? Like, nobody successful doesn't have haters and doesn't face backlash. It's all character development, right? So if you want to be ultra successful in any aspect of life, you're not going to get there without you actually improving to get there, right? Like in no world are you going to make $1 million a year being the same person who was making 50 grand a year. You have to level up in order for the salary to level up. So the way that I look at it when I have these crappy comments is that if I can put up with this and build thicker skin and have it not faze me, I'm leveling up my character, because there's going to be way worse things to deal with than user 593 with no display picture saying that my hair is stupid today, right? Like, there's going to be way worse things than that to deal with later on if I want to get to the level that I want to get to, right? So I just look at it as this is a character building experience whenever you get these comments.
Exactly. And I mean, I have something similar to kind of add to that, and that's, I think sometimes some of those comments are actually helpful. Like, they're saying something and it's like, hey, why don't you do this? Or that's just wrong. And you're like, oh shoot, maybe I need to learn more about this topic, number one.
Yes.
Or number two, it's, oh, I should just shoot my video this way, or whatever it may be. Like, it's actual helpful feedback, and you should view it like that. Whereas, and this is kind of what I'll do, if it's something that's just flat out mean, like, oh, you're an idiot, or like you said, oh, your hair just looks terrible today, like, that doesn't help you, doesn't help them really either. So it's like, why waste any time?
Yeah, like, it's not very constructive, right? Like, if somebody's saying something constructive, then yeah, you don't have to look at it as a hate comment. You're like, oh, maybe there's some truth to this and I can fix this, right? But you will get a lot of comments where people are just they know what to say to piss you off, right? Like I get comments all the time where I'm like, oh my God, this guy's pissing me off right now. But you just don't say anything. You just don't whatever. Or you just leave a comment that makes them sound stupid and then that's it. You leave them one comment, but you're going to get them. That's the reality of it. You're going to get them and you should be getting them, right? If you're not getting them, then you're not invoking an emotional response out of somebody. And if you're not invoking an emotional response, then your content probably isn't going to connect with anybody. So expect that you're going to get haters. And if you get them, you're moving on the right path, right?
That's true. No, I agree. I think, yeah, right. As you progress, the noise just gets louder and louder.
It does.
If anything, it helps you decide for yourself what it is that you want. Because I've found this too, where there's just a lot of noise. People saying, oh, you should do this, you should do that, you should do all these things. But it really forces you. It's funny because there's this one friend and they said, oh, you'd make a great accountant. And I'm like, what? Like accountant? I don't even like doing math really that much at the time and stuff. And then another person says, oh, you'd make a fantastic salesman. I'm like, accountants and salesmen are completely different industries. Like, obviously these guys don't know what's best for me. I need to decide for myself what the best foot forward is. And
100%.
Yeah, I should take their input, but I need to decide what the best foot forward is.
Well, I don't think you should take their input at all, right? Like I have a thing where it's like, this isn't my thing at all. I heard it from somebody else, but don't take advice from people who haven't been where you are and are currently where you want to go, right? So I'm not going to take social media advice from somebody that has 500 followers and doesn't sell homes from social media, right? And people try to give me advice all the time, right? And I'm just like, how many homes have you sold off of social media? Oh, 0 this year. Okay. So why are you giving me advice on it? Right? That's just what it comes down to is like, listen, if you find somebody where you're like, I resonate with this guy's message and I want to be like this person, take their advice. Like that's where you want to go. Listen to that person, but don't listen to the people who haven't done what you want to do. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I like that. I really do. It's helpful. So thank you for sharing that. And again, it's filtering out that noise, and it's hard because sometimes these are your friends, but it's like, no, I'm again back to that, like that entrepreneurial mind. It's like, no, I have to do this. I can't do anything else.
Exactly.
You won't understand why I need to do what I need to do.
Exactly.
And but it's hard, right? But so I guess kind of along those lines, how do you have those conversations then with loved ones who actually they do care about you, right? And they do have that interest of you succeeding and all that stuff. How do you have that conversations of like, hey, no, this is what I want to do, and I think I can be very successful if I stick with this long enough.
I mean, that's basically all I said, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like you got to do what you got to do. People aren't going to believe in you. People are going to doubt you. People are going to think you're making the wrong thing. You have to show people, you have to prove them wrong, right? You can't just tell people, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm going to do. Like, you know, there's a lot of people out there that'll just come up and tell you their goals all the time, but it's like, it doesn't mean anything. Don't tell me the goals. Show me. I want to see the results, right? So, you know, you can tell your family that you're going to do this and you can tell, but nobody cares until you actually start getting results, and then they'll believe you and they'll start to have that trust that, okay, this guy knows what he's doing, right? Like, my parents did not want me to leave plumbing. They were like, what are you doing? You're going to go be a realtor? There's like 25,000 realtors in the real estate board of Greater Vancouver. You're going to go leave your 6-figure high paying job that you spent, 9 years progressing in to go be a realtor in one of the most saturated industries. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want to do. Right. It didn't make sense in the beginning until they saw the results. Right.
Special. Yeah. No, results speak louder. They can't really dispute that either. Like they can say what they want about it, but it is like, it's there. There's actual proof that you did it. And yeah, I do like that. I say I'm probably more the type where I like to share my goals with family. So then it holds me accountable. Like, no, I need to do this. Yeah. Because if I just said something out in the blue, and that's occasionally happened, like, oh yeah, I'll do this. And then they'll ask me like a year later, I'm like, oh yeah, that was just something I thought would be cool. So
Yeah.
kind of on that line, how do you find if it's just something that's, oh, this is just a cool thing that, I might be interested in, rather than, oh, no, this is something I actually enjoy doing? How do you kind of differentiate the two?
That's a good question, man. I think you just have to find out. You just have to start doing it. You have to find out for yourself. You have to try stuff. There has to be trial and error. People don't try enough stuff. You know what I mean? People are just so comfortable at their job and what they're doing now, and they're, basically controlled by fear. They're like, if I go try to do this thing, then look at all the negative outcomes that can come from me going to do that. But they don't actually look at all the positive outcomes that could come from doing that, right? Everyone just thinks, oh, I don't make money, I lose my job, I starve, I can't eat, I die, right? Like everything kind of just goes back to I die, right? Like subconsciously without thinking about it. But it's like, what if you left, became a millionaire, blew up, got famous, whatever, all these amazing things happen, and then you could, support your family however way you wanted to in the future, right? But people don't look at the positive side. So I would say just go and try a bunch of stuff and you'll find what you like doing. But keep in mind that anything you do has to be met with volume, right? So don't go try something for a week before you decide you don't like it. Try it for 6 months, right? Do it every day for 6 months, and then you'll know if you like it or not, right?
Gotcha. Yeah, it's kind of this is what at least I've found. But the 6 months is a good time frame, because that first 3 months you're learning a lot, but then you're kind of running off that excitement, I guess you could say, like, oh, this is something new. But then after that 3 months, it's like, wait, like, this is going to be what I do forever. If I, like, is this what I wanted? And you start asking some real tough questions to yourself, like, wait, do I actually want to do this the rest of my life? Oh, maybe not. And then that vision of what you have for yourself becomes more clear, and you have to hope for better too. I like that point that you made. Like, why not view the upside? I don't know. That's something I don't know. I tend to be an optimistic guy, and sometimes overly optimistic. I'll set a goal that's maybe a little too high, and it definitely stretches me. And I'll find that, oh man, we hit that deadline. It's like, yeah, this is actually going to probably take 3 months instead of 1 month, and it just catches me off guard. I'm like, oh crap. But at that point, it's like, okay, once you hit that deadline, it's like, all right, how badly do you actually want it? And then you keep pursuing it further.
Exactly. So just try some stuff, man. Try some stuff, try it with volume, do it for a while, and then you'll find something that you like doing for sure. I mean, everybody's passionate about something. And the way the economy is now, we have so many ways to monetize our passion, right? Like you can monetize working out. You can monetize like liking plants. Like my girlfriend, there's a freaking tropical rainforest in my living room because there's succulents and pothoses and all these other plants, and she could probably monetize that if she wanted to, right? Go start a plant YouTube and show people how to water plants and whatever, and you could monetize that. Like you can literally monetize anything these days, right? So if you're passionate about anything at all, just start thinking like, how can I monetize this, right?
Exactly. No, I think that's good. And it brings in that aspect to help you, right? In the back of your head, oh shoot, if I don't do this, I'm going to die. It actually can alleviate that, because it's like, okay, I love this, and I have the potential to make money off this. And
exactly.
Why not? Why not? Like, what's the worst that could happen? You only have one life to try, so
yeah, exactly.
Do it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask the intelligent question of the day, and I am genuinely curious about this, and that's, what is your strategy, or what's your approach to setting goals? Because originally when you did that, when you were talking about real estate, you said that you set the goal to 8 and then you exceeded that. Have you ever set goals that you've failed and you're like, oh crap, I need to push past that and just keep going at it, or reevaluate? What's kind of your strategy when it comes to goal setting?
So, I mean, I think it's cool to have a goal, long-term, short-term, whatever. But I think what's more important is, so you don't rise to your goals, you fall to your standards. So it doesn't matter how high your goal is. It matters how high your standards are. So now I've changed my goals to my daily tasks. So I have a list of daily things that I need to get done every day. And my goal now is that I complete those tasks every day, right? And then whatever the result of that is, excellent, right? But just because I say, I want to make $1 million, okay, well, how do you get there, right? You're going to get there by doing a list of daily things every day. So instead of the goal being $1 million, because there's really no roadmap on how to get there, the goal should be, I need to complete these daily tasks every single day, right? So, and those daily tasks are essentially your standards, right? And the second you don't hit on those daily tasks, your standard just dropped a little bit, right? If you say you're going to get up at 4:30 in the morning and then you hit the snooze button and wake up at 5, well, your standard is no longer this. Now it's okay to do that. Your standard just fell. And that means your goals up here are going to fall to this, right? So set standards for yourself and don't miss on them. And then naturally, that's where your new income or your new lifestyle or whatever will follow those standards, right?
I like that. That's the intelligent answer of the day. And I do like that. The viewing it as standard, like set the standard of how your life is going to look like. And then you can have these overarching goals, but if that standard falls just a little bit, then
the goal doesn't matter. The goal doesn't matter, right? Like if you want to make $1 million, you need to have $1 million habits, $1 million standards, right? So set those standards and complete them every single day. And then the result will eventually come. Maybe it doesn't come this year, maybe not next year, but maybe it comes in like 3 to 4 or 5 years, right? So, but if you just say, oh, I'm going to have this goal and then your standards are kind of all over the place, well, that's not in alignment with that income target, right? So
exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. And along that too, it's, I don't know what you think about this too, but breaking it down to just day by day as well. Like, what is it? I don't know the exact math on it, but $1 million in a year, if that's the goal,
it's $83,333 per month.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if you broke that down to a day, it's like, okay, this is how much I need to be making per day in order to hit that goal that I have. And again, it sets that standard. Okay, I need to make this much today. If I go over, great. If I go under, all right, we need to pick it up or figure out another way to hit that goal. But yeah, breaking it down into small steps is
exactly
helpful. Well, thank you for coming on, Conor. I appreciate you taking the time to come on. So if people want to find you, reach out to you, work with you, what's the best way that they can do that?
At that Agent Kelly on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. I now have another YouTube helping other realtors, which is Conor Kelly Helps Realtors. And yeah, I mean, you can follow me on any of those platforms, shoot me a DM, whatever. Happy to help.
Awesome. Well, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate you taking the time to share your knowledge with us.
Hey, I appreciate you having me on, brother.
All right. Thank you. All right, everyone, as you can tell, that is Conor Kelly. He's a very intelligent person, has great things to share. I challenge you guys, if anything spoke to you, to reach out to him. I'm sure he'd be happy to chat with you. Stay tuned till next week. We have a great guest lined up for you guys. Let's get after it. Hey everyone, if you liked this episode and would like to hear more, be sure to hit that subscribe or follow button. We release a new episode every Wednesday for you guys to listen to. Thank you guys so much for the support that you give. We could not have done this without you guys. If you would like to be a potential guest on the show, check out intelligentconvos.com and fill out the form there. Thank you guys again, and let's get after it.